What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are down at Max's shop, and Max, which I don't think I've really talked to you guys much about, actually has a Audi S6 Wagon that he bought within the last probably 4 or 5 months. And that's Nate over there.
What's up?
Nate's playing banjo music in the background, so if that's what you hear,
By
that's
the way, this is a cover of a Pink Floyd song, so
everyone's good.
Yeah.
All right, so we're good. It's not going to be copyrighted. I'm not going to get yelled at by YouTube. So Max is going to be basically what happened was the timing belt snapped on the car, and he's putting a new engine in it. He's going to kind of just walk through and see where everything might have gone wrong, and we're going to see if maybe we can learn a thing or two about it. So let's get in there.
Is this good YouTube?
This is great YouTube. All right, so what are we doing here today?
We are taking out the last 2 head bolts and a couple of just this coolant pipe here, and then we'll be ready to take the head off and see what happens when you bend a lot of valves.
Yes.
Due to a timing tensioner snapping and blowing a belt.
And how did that happen?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I shouldn't have.
Were you driving up like a lunatic?
No, actually, I was cruising on the highway.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You were on the way home.
But an engine is under a lot of load on the highway though, so that'll do it. So this guy right here normally sits down here, somewhat like that, and the bolt goes through this hole, which is blocked by this, and then you can see the tensioner down there, which pushes up on this. So the tensioner pushes up on this, pivots around this bolt, and pushes this roller out like that to keep tension on the belt that goes around, like you can see on the new engine. So what happened was this bolt sheared, causing this thing to just kind of, you know, once that bolt sheared, there's nothing holding this in. So this was just rattling around, which obviously made the belt super loose. The belt didn't come off, but it was loose enough where it completely threw the timing out of whack. And when we pulled the cam covers off, these cam gears were not in line at all. Jeez. So all due to one bolt. I don't think it was the tensioner. The tensioner, I think, still was functioning normally. I think the bolt was just old and sheared. They probably reused it the first time they did the timing on this.
So yeah, it's pretty old at this point.
Yeah. So do your timing early on Audis.
Yes.
It says do it at 100,000 miles. Do it at like 50.
That might be excessively early, but you know, maybe not.
If you have an RS6 ACY code, just do it every like oil change.
Yeah, do it every. Yeah, might as well at that point.
Yeah. If you get a turbo 4.2, just every oil change.
Yeah. Shrewsbury's finest mechanic.
Yes. It's not saying much.
Just a little tappy tap this time.
Number toes. Okay. Just Allen's. So today's lesson is on catastrophic timing failure.
There it is.
There she goes. I hate Audis so much.
Me too.
Ready? So you want to see this side, because that's a bent valve, and that's a bent valve, and that's a bent valve, and that's a bent valve. Ooh! It's mostly just the center ones, the center intakes. This is the intake side, that's the exhaust. The 2 is the exhaust. That one is very
That one is very bad.
So is this one. This one's pretty tough. This cylinder's basically all right though.
Yeah, that one doesn't look as bad actually.
Yeah, even this one is, well, that one's bent a tiny bit actually. And the other side looks about the same, even though we don't have the head off.
Yeah.
And then, if we come over and look at the pistons here, you can see the scoring on the pistons. That's very dented.
That is very dented up there.
It's, helped we get a flashlight on it, but it's actually like 2 millimeters deep into there.
Jeez. Let's just see if I can get a...
I don't know if I Right there. Right there,
yeah,
in particular, is very deep.
Very deep.
Same with that one right there. That one's a couple millimeters almost deep.
Good.
However, the cylinder walls actually don't seem to have any scoring that I can see anywhere.
No, that's actually...
At least on these two that are
you can see deeper into.
yeah, it looks like the actual lip at the edge of the piston is still okay. It didn't go past that, so I got a feeling one of these might be damaged somewhere farther down.
Yeah,
but
they must be.
These cylinder walls are actually in decent shape.
That's pretty good. That is a possible build in the future.
It could be salvageable, yeah. It definitely could be.
That would be nice. Because then you can make something silly out of this.
Something silly with like turb skis and stuff.
Big turb skis.
Big turb skis. Maybe a couple superchargers in there.
Yeah.
Vortex generator. Hybrid power.
Hybrid power, you say?
No.
You should do hybrid power.
You want to get some shots of the other side of the head or anything?
What, this side?
Yeah. There's not really much to see, but...
Yeah, there's not much to see on this side. It's still like though. Yeah.
Got your rollers. That's it.
Actually, yeah, it didn't look to be in as bad a shape as I thought it would be, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't reuse these pistons though.
No, well, no. I don't think anybody would reuse these pistons.
Well, if they have a smaller, if they look like that, they could be,
But still,
those are, yeah.
that's not really worth salvaging.
No.
Is it just this side that had the issue, or did this side
No,
take a hit too?
The other side definitely has bent valves. I can't show you because the camshafts are still in.
Yeah.
But you can tell just by looking in the intake.
Oh yeah. Oh
See,
yeah.
mostly the center intake, just like the other side.
You can see it actually.
Yeah.
If
The center intake valve on each one is pretty much bent.
I'm trying to get a light in there with it. Yeah. Oh geez, yeah. This is
Like
interesting.
going up and down is, I don't know, if you rail valves into a piston head, it's just got to contain the pressure of an explosion. Yeah, in some weird way, like it will. There's like stuff, that's why these reliefs are for flow form and everything, but if, you know, you could put another head on it and it could run if it didn't score any cylinder walls. But to be fair, that one also may have slightly deformed the outside of the top of the piston so it could scrape. That's really the only thing you could worry about. But I mean, the best option, if this was a warranty, like doing your right thing, would be rebuild the engine, which you can't rebuild these engines well, at least. You get a new one, so whatever. But yeah, if it's lightly kissed, it's a little mark on it, it'd be fine.
All right, so I had to get out of that banjo music for a second so you guys can actually hear what I'm saying. But that was pretty much it. You know, that's what happens when, you know, you go ahead and you bend a valve. That's what you're going to see on the top of the piston head. And it's kind of cool to see all that because I've never really been that deep into an engine. I've never had that issue arise with any of my cars, and I've never had to deal with it. So what Max is doing is he actually picked up another engine, and it's the same S6 engine, V8, and he's going to put that into the car. Now he's ordering odds and ends that he needs to replace and that he's going to put onto the new engine so he can put it back in the car. That's going to take probably a couple months, he said, to just get everything together and start slowly putting everything back together. But we are going to be filming, you know, as much of that as we can to kind of show you guys the process of how this works and what it's like to put an engine back in. Because, you know, he already pulled the other one out. You know, you can pull it out, that's fine, but there really wasn't much to see until we actually get the engine out and are able to look at the piston heads and see how much, you know, if they were scored at all or how hard the valves bent. So that was why I kind of waited till this point. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. I'm hoping that it was informative to you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to answer. I might have to go to Max for a couple of pointers because he knows more about this stuff than I do. But I'm hoping it was helpful. And Nate was actually, thank you to Nate for coming in and kind of giving us a little bit more insight on how those piston heads might actually be able to be used in the future, because the valves didn't bend as bad as we thought they did. So thank you to Nate for that too. But we will catch you guys in the next video, and see you later. Scooch out.